pertaining to Martin Luther King cheating on his wife. Is it relevant? No. She never bashed him. She never said anything bad about him, and I admire her for that. It's a lot of people from that time that's literally class acts, characteristics that we will never see again. And for that, I am offended. I am appalled. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel, or back to my channel. Today's is about Bsimone and her friends' remarks about Martin Luther King. Now, a lot of people have been saying they canceled. A lot of people have been saying Bsimone was canceled freshly when the cancel culture became what it is today. But moving on, I did see the clip. I will put the clip in here so y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's get into that right now.
Martin Luther King is the man that fought for freedom, or the fact that he was cheating on his wife?
Jesus. I'm gonna give you this example. He's a great father. He's a great businessman. He's a great CEO. He's an entrepreneur. He's such a boss.
He's a boss.
Look at that man. He's a boss.
Look at him.
He's a great father. Look at him, that strong black man.
Look at him being at his kid's game.
But you're cheating on your wife. You're not a good husband. But he's great in all these other aspects. How are you a great leader, a great CEO, a great black man? You're not great. You're not great. God, you're not. That is triggering.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a good dad. You're not a good dad because you don't respect me. How the fuck you showing these kids you a good father and you don't respect their mother? You're not a great dad, my nigga. You're an okay human.
Someone being a good person to you means they're a good person to you. Someone being a good person to everyone means that they are a good.
To make a long story short, or a long story long, what they are saying is, should we see Martin Luther King as this leader of the civil rights movement, or should we see him in a different light because he cheated on his wife? Of course, we don't know how many times. We don't know the specific race, you know what I'm saying, of these women and things like that. But there has been debate and speculation and rumors for decades upon decades pertaining to Martin Luther King cheating on his wife. Is it relevant? No. Especially in this case, because Martin Luther King is not here today. He was not here in the day when we were kids. Not me, not Bsimone, not her friend, you know what I'm saying? How can some of us even know to respect certain elders and leaders of certain movements, or just leaders of life, if you didn't see that shit in the flesh? That's how I feel about, you know, people coming out the side of their neck. Because honestly, I am offended by this. I'm offended that they are doing what they say other races do to us. First of all, if a person had a certain role in this world that was very prominent and he rode till the wheels fell off, I'm talking about going to jail behind this shit a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, and getting beat by the police, all of that. A person that has gone through all of that, you still gonna bring up their indiscretions. You gonna bring up their indiscretions within a marriage that is not your family's. Martin Luther King is not a part of your family. Martin Luther King ain't your uncle. It's not for you to speculate about. How I feel about the cheating is how I feel about anybody's marriage if it's cheating involved. I don't have nothing to do with that. Honestly, as a woman, if, say, you know, I was born in that time or not, you know, say I got a friend that's married and she knows that her husband cheats on her. If she is wholeheartedly willing to accept that, and she sees the bigger picture in some type of way, and it doesn't hurt her, or, you know, she's a strong enough woman to continue to see the bigger picture, who am I to judge that? Who am I to judge a man cheating on his wife and her staying solid in her marriage. I'm offended because it's not their place or any of our place to even debate about that. That's why I don't talk about stuff like that on my channel. If it comes up, I would say the same thing. If it comes up in a discussion on camera, I would say the same thing I'm saying now. It's not really for us to speculate. You know what I'm saying? Would y'all say that about Muhammad Ali? When he was woman to woman, wife to wife, y'all wouldn't say or ask, was he still a good boxer because he was pretty much a womanizer? Those two do not coincide with each other. Those two don't got nothing to do with each other. Some stuff we do have to stay out of. To respect our elders, but also if you've never been through that, if you've never been with somebody, a man of power, and you don't know how to navigate through handling cheating and controversy, how would you even know, what a woman should do in that position? You just gotta let them handle their own life, and that's what they did. The fact that Coretta Scott King never came out talking about stuff like that means that her husband set her up for success for the after, for after his passing. Of course, he didn't know that what his last days would be, but he made himself and his family a very prominent part of history. And for that, she was taken care of for the rest of her life. She never bashed him. She never said anything bad about him. And I admire her for that. I admire her for not letting desperation of money or anything, like, she's a class act for real. She really is. She's a class act. I mean, even Rosa Parks never came out bashing the police for what they did to her and arresting her for not wanting to give her a seat up on the bus. She never came out bashing those police. It's a lot of people from that time that's literally class acts, characteristics that we will never see again. And for that, I am offended. I am appalled. And I'm not saying this person deserved to be canceled or that person, but with Bsimone, it's almost like it's thing after thing. She continues this my boyfriend thing, and it's not really funny anymore. But Bsimone and friend was definitely wrong for their remarks. They should be focused on other things. Like, my thing is, what I would have wanted to ask Coretta Scott or somebody from that time is, how do you maintain a loving relationship, a loving marriage? Because that's something that we're not seeing in today's time. How did y'all make this work? It's ways around shit like that, to where you really coming from a good place. You really, are coming from the heart with this shit. And it's not nothing that's like, oh, well, let's talk about, the cheating of this civil rights leader. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? If his wife didn't care, didn't know, she handled it with grace. All of those things are private. She never ever came out with anything. So respect the dead. For real, for real. I, for one, I don't have nothing bad to say about MLK and things like that. This has came up, in conversation before. But it's not something that I would, blast and broadcast, because it is disrespectful. To me, it's deemed disrespectful. That's not the point. You know what I'm saying? The point is he lived a very fruitful life. The point is he fought for us the way that civil rights leaders now won't fight for us. He stood front line with a lot of this, So another huge point to this is he got shot and killed. He got assassinated. After he passed, why would you want to assassinate his character even more? I mean, hasn't news articles and nasty people done that already? And honestly, this reminds me of how Oprah did Michael Jackson. Oprah was so pressed for interview after interview with Michael Jackson. And then some odd years after he passes, you have this whole slandering documentary come out and you be frontline with that. That's the same thing. Don't be a coon. Don't be a coon. I mean, honestly, I think that Bsimone's friend, she does have good points about certain things. And that's probably what Bsimone is using her for. And not to say they're not good friends and things like that, but once you give somebody a platform and you put a battery in their back, stuff like this happen where they're feeding off of each other. It's not near one of them saying, oh, we should respect marriage and this and that, because on the backhand, they would not want people to speculate about their own marriages whenever they get to walking down the aisle. You wouldn't want people to say X, Y, and Z about your stuff. So just respectfully, especially when you're passed away, okay? No. I hope that they have deleted it, but if not, look through those comments and see where y'all went wrong, because y'all had ample time to not upload this. Y'all had ample time to say, should we not say this? And then the other one should have been like, nah, we shouldn't say that. Y'all had ample time to do so, and y'all just didn't do it. So, with all of that being said, it's your girl B Octavia, and I will be back for another video. So Monday I went live. Today is Tuesday, and I'm going live on Wednesday. You feel what I'm saying? Going live on Wednesday from 2 to 3, which is tomorrow. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. It might be like 1:45 to 2:45 type gig. You feel what I'm saying? It might be like that. Yeah. So, I hope y'all have a great day, a great evening.